All right. Hi, guys. Today I'm going to show you how my workout tracker 2.0 works. I actually have two versions of this file. I have one that's just regular workout tracker, which I implemented with just Ruby on Rails, and the one I'm showing you today is I did Ruby on Rails on the back end with an API, and then JavaScript for the front end. So I combined the two to make this workout tracker 2.0, which is also an improved version of the one I previously made. So we're going to start out by signing up a user or to sign in. So I'm going to sign in with Facebook. Should authenticate it. I'm so bad at filling out this information, but obviously, like if I wanted to populate my information here, I should, because I need to know what's going on in my life right now. I'm just gonna put 54, just give it a random number. I'm actually 5'4". Great, so I have a little information about myself and how much I weigh to see, maybe I could improve a little, prove down to go to 123 pounds or something along the lines like that. So over here, I have my workout working well. My information updated properly. I used Bootstrap for the user interface, which is nice. I should add a little bit more color, but I have the nav bar set and everything looks awesome, and a little message when everything is updated successfully. So let's say I wanted to add like a new workout. So over here, on this page, if I wanted to add a new workout, this is where the JavaScript comes in. I have this button to display none and to display block when I click it. So once I add this information here, and I totally did like 100 jumping jacks today. 10,000 jumping jacks. Oops, I can't spell jacks. All right, and I burned, let me be realistic. Let me put 1,000 calories, if that's even being realistic. But I did 10,000 jumping jacks, and I burned that amount of calories today. With JavaScript, this would prepend into my regular workout, and it's automatically populated there over here. Obviously, you want to prepend things that I'm thinking like, like I didn't want to append it because it puts it on top. So I wanted to prepend it so it's like at the workout. Obviously, this is like I created this particular functionality just for, my assessment, which I prepended over here. And then if I go back to my workouts, it's automatically there at the moment. So then it fits in perfectly. Obviously, like you want to add information without the page being refreshed. So I was able to add that functionality, which is pretty dope. Before I had like it took me to like a form where I had to create a new one, and then it would redirect me to this page. But with JavaScript, I'm able to just add more information to it. I ran and I burned like 123 calories. It's automatically prepended over here. I use Moment to do the dates for this, just for the JavaScript front end, which is pretty awesome. And then if I go to, and then if you go back to the workouts again, you could see that everything is being populated as, you add more and more workouts to this. I'm over here. Oh, I have so many because I was testing the world out. But if I wanted to add a meal, I could add, like rice or so. And then, yes, carbs. And then food type, rice. And then I had like 3 servants because I had a serving size of 3, but then I had like 2. And then I had maybe, it was probably about like 500 calories. I know it's pretty low, but that's how many I ate for the day. So with Ajax again, like, it took me to my meal show page. But if I wanted to like see more information about like, what I actually had, this is where Ajax and JavaScript comes in. Without the information being reloaded, I could add a comment. I need to do great at eating better. Eating better. Just like for my personal use, I could create a comment and it just tells me what I need to do over here. But if I go back to my meals workout page, if I wanted to see more information about it, it automatically pops up. And the same goes for like everything else over here. Well, I should totally delete this because there's nothing going on there. It takes me back to my user page, and which I could edit however I like. But over here again, like you can see that I had like a number of servants, didn't put anything here. I should delete all of this. But back to the ones I created, it shows me the information that I want to see, and which is pretty cool. So I have all these workouts here and have my meals, my profile. I could see my comments. I could see that as well whenever I add a comment to each workout, which loads without it being refreshed. Um, this is the workout. This is the how it looks in the web browser at the moment. And if I take you to the back end, this is where all the magic happens. So if I go to because I only did JavaScript on certain pages. If I go to my application folder, my views, my workouts, this is where originally I had like a form for everything, whereby it would take, before I implemented the JavaScript part, this was all Ruby. I had a form that would, which would render a partial over here. And then I was able to like, populate the information for the user whenever they did a workout. But now when I implemented the JavaScript side of this application, what I had to do was I had to tweak a little certain things around for it to work and give me the functionality that I needed. But the first thing I had to make sure that, with JavaScript, like everything is being like jQuery works with that like awesomely. So then I had to like, add certain features. The ID had to be the form for, then the workout, which is all in my asset pipeline. But then when I come down to here, like, when I showed you over here that this displays none, I had to bring down the functionality to the sense that, okay, how am I going to get this to work? So I had to figure out a way to be able to add a workout that displays none at first and then displays block after, once it's been clicked. So over here, I have the workout IDs over here. And then I have the add workout on click, which is the ID over here. And then on click, it displays the new workout form and displays block once it's clicked, which is pretty awesome. Then I was able to define my variables on top using the template literals to show this information on my workout page, like how it was rendering before in Ruby on Rails. And then I wanted to like create the workouts, and I wanted them to prepend like all the HTML, which is great. and then empties the workout reset once it's done. Here's my Ajax request. I did this as well. I defined the data over here, the form data, which is over here, and then then everything like populates and flows through nicely, which is pretty dope. So that was a functionality just for the add the workout, to add the workout. But then for the mill section, what I did over here should be my show page. This is for the comments, which is meals. If I wanted to add a comment, this is that section over here, which I was able to create an ID for just workouts, which has a prototype in my asset pipeline, and then I was able to create the functionality that I needed to make this work. And then I created my JavaScript over here, which I wanted it to I didn't want the form to submit automatically. I wanted it to prevent the default and then create variables for me in order for me to populate the information without the page being refreshed automatically, which is pretty amazing. And I did the same over here as well. Looks like a ton of code, but it's not that scary. But yes, this is how my functionality works. It's pretty awesome. I did the Ruby over here, my controllers, Ruby and JavaScript. Well, Rails and JavaScript, which I have all my functionalities here on the back end, which works pretty great. It provides the information I need, gives me the information I want. I have a model sterilizer over here to give me certain attributes, just for it to render like perfect JSON, which is what I need. But this is how my application works. It's pretty nice, neat, straightforward. I should totally destroy all my workouts, make this a little neater for the next person. Rails, see. This loads. All right, awesome. And then if I want to work out, I think it's meals because I have too many meals going on. Meals dot destroy all. Oh, okay. I guess it should be meal. All right, nice. So if I refresh this now, it doesn't look as crazy as it should be, and provide as much information as you want for each particular workout. So everything flows nicely and everything is like super neat. I like this app. It helps me keep track of what I'm doing and how far along I'm going. I created the functionality of JavaScript to help me with that, with also the Ruby and the back end. I think it's pretty amazing. The user could sign up and sign out. Bootstrap was also pretty amazing with this as well. I was able to view this on my phone on Heroku, and it still works like pretty much the same. Oops. Yeah, I was able to do this on Heroku as well, and the Bootstrap is pretty amazing, which I really love. Yeah, let me send him a Facebook. Just keeps it simple for me. But if anything, if there's improvement, I know there's a lot of room for improvement, but I'm open for suggestions to improve my functionality of JavaScript. But this is an amazing app and I love it and I use it. I use it all the time. Last time I used it was June 2nd when I was doing some burpees. So I thought it was pretty amazing. But this is the Workout Tracker 2.0 and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Watch out for my next video.